Like now?
Now.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to our practically obligatory spooky October episodes of One Shots, where we're going to go old nice. Where we're going to go old school with some OWAD and do some classic Vampire the Masquerade. We're using V20, so that's where I'm planting my flag. So yeah, let's get into it. Essentially, our setup is we have 4 newly embraced vampires. Within the past year, they've been in their fledgling period, where their sires kind of keep them, feed them, and make sure they don't go insane from the condition. And tonight is going to be their first night being presented to the city. A very August presentation. And yeah, we are set in Pittsburgh, roughly during the modern Knights Gehenna area. The Sabbatists made a push and took all the southern cities. In our world, the Camarilla made a push and took the northern cities back, kind of most famously in fiction, New York, but also Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and maintained control of Washington, D.C. And yeah, that's kind of our setup. We're going to meet the city and meet some new vampires. Let's do a quick nameplate on everybody, and kind of give me my positions, Andrew. You call out who's first going across here.
Sure. Zom is up in the top corner.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Zom. I'm going to be playing Naya Okafor, originally from Nigeria. And she's in Pittsburgh after helping them do the siege thing.
Mm-hmm. And an Assamite, correct?
Yes, Assamite.
A Hackamite. All right, who's next?
Soup.
Oh, that's me. I'll be playing Dagny Ackert. Oh my gosh, that's hard to say without going into the accent. How do you pronounce my clan correctly?
Malkavian.
Malkavian. I'm a Malkavian. And I've lived in Pittsburgh all my life and was embraced about a year ago.
Or that's how I'm pronouncing it. Don't at me. Who's next?
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm going to be playing Anton Thibodeau. He was traveling from Louisiana to like Vermont or something on what he thought was a hunting trip. Still technically has been a hunting trip, so.
For certain. And then Andy.
Hi, I'm Dimitri. I'm a Nosferatu, which means I literally look like a monster. So cool. You guys all get to look like people. That's nice. Must be nice.
Must be nice. All right. Well, the evening begins. Let's start with everybody but Soup. Roll a 10-sider.
I got a 10.
Okay. You have 10 blood.
Sweet.
To start. Jay, what did you get? 4. You have 4 blood to start. Andrew?
I got 9.
All right.
Both of you.
All right, and Soup, you have 4.
Oh.
Now, everybody spend 1, because you just woke up. And so, yes, your body reanimates for the night, as it has for the past year or so. Some of you may or may not be going more stir crazy, because this has been a period of mentorship, but it's also a period of seclusion spent with your mentors. Some of you are a little luckier in so much as how much you get to socialize. Some of you are a little unluckier. Some of you may prefer it. But let's see. We're going to start with Naya. Naya, you wake up in your little, very plain and kind of crappy 3-bedroom apartment that you share with the other 2 Assamites of the city. Afia and Soraya. Soraya is your sire. and Afia is the sheriff of the city, and has already left by the time you awaken. And Soraya kind of knocks on your door. It is time.
Enter.
She'll open, and she's kind of like fussing with her hair and getting ready and be like, Come, you get ready. This is going to be a very big night for us. This is an important night for us. We are going to be good. We must do well tonight. There are many in the city who still wish us harm. She kind of goes back into the big common area, and it's just like the walls are all plain. The only windows are covered with like tapestries that have just been kind of bolted over there. But otherwise, it's pretty meager living. You don't need food or anything, so there's kind of a useless kitchen over there. But it's nice. No couches. I hope you like cushions on the floor. But yeah, she goes back out and is just kind of fussing with her hair. She's got kind of a lot of layers in blue on tonight. She's putting it on.
Yeah, Naya will do as she was bid and go start getting dressed in something refined, probably a business-looking dress of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Super high heels, just killer heels.
Do it. Impractical footwear. The purview of vampires everywhere. And it's October because creativity. So yeah, you get ready. There's no roll for that. This is vampire. She just kind of comes and fusses over you a little bit. Fusses at herself the last minute. She just kind of, if tonight goes well, it is the beginning of your freedom, Junam. You will do me proud. Afia has already been off. She's as tense as a lion tonight, so minimal eye contact.
Is she ever anything else?
Not in my experience. She is a good woman. Mm-hmm. I mean that. Come, I have a car prepared.
Then let us be off. I am very anxious.
Yeah, and you walk out into like that samey kind of like one flickering fluorescent light hallway of just like half the numbers are off the doors. It's not high living right now. And you've been out of the apartment before, but by the time you actually step out into the night air again, it's been a while. And just the sounds of this still mostly strange city in a way. It's still a city, though, and you're from a pretty big city in Nigeria, but it's just cars and sounds and just the cold air just kind of hits you as you are out. And you will be on your way to Elysium. Dimitri, you live in a sewer.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you've got the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles clubhouse going on down there. It's it's
giant rat.
Yeah.
We're gonna be best friends.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean you kind of have cubbies so you can like you have your own space.
Right.
But like the wall is like a piece of like plywood you put up or something. And it's mostly storm sewer level, so you're not necessarily walking around in awful or anything. But yeah, it kind of all opens up into a common area where the other three Nosferatu of the city are also being prepared for court. There's Grimmy, who you know is the Scourge. Big kind of stone slab monster of a dude doing the thing. He's got the heavy trench coat and the big hat.
Joining him in a second.
And he's a nice enough guy. He deals with homeless shelters and things. Also, Cockroach, he's not mute. You've heard him talk, but he doesn't say much. He's all kind of carapaced, has two really small black beady eyes. He's got a person mouth though, so that's something. But mostly just stays very silent, steepled fingers a lot, you know. And he's your primogen, as you know, because you've gotten to know your clanmates fairly well. And then there's Eric. Well, good evening, Dimitri.
Eric?
This is the night then, eh? It's a big night for you, night for me.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, good for you.
Thanks.
Yeah. And listen, it's my ass if anything happens. Like, if
I
you
understand.
do anything, it comes down on me. They have a tradition for it. Cockroach just told me, I didn't know that.
I will, make eye contact with Cockroach.
To beady black eyes looking back, steepled fingers.
I will do my best not to disappoint.
Okay. Yeah, of course you will. You're good. That's why I jumped you after that party.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're gonna do great. The new court's kind of coming together. It's a little sticky still, but and hey, this clan needs a face, and it sure isn't us. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. I'm of course right. Well,
Kind of looking like the reflection of the storm water going by. Yeah. What a looker.
there's a lad. So, yeah, we're all gonna go together. Just if we take these access tunnels, we'll get there. No reason to go in the street.
Why? Stay hidden and smart.
Oh, yeah. All right, well then, off we go. All right? You're gonna do fine. You better. Cockroach kind of silently turns and floats away somehow.
Supportive as ever.
Grimmy will just kind of give you, you're gonna be fine, man.
Thank you, Grammy.
Yeah. You guys kind of suddenly walk through the sewers like total monsters.
Gotta keep those knees up.
Yep. Anton,
Yeah.
you wake up in the shack as normal, and there's Beauregard, your sire. He's also from Louisiana, though more the city side. He's kind of already up, got brown leather on, and just kind of a real crunchy dude. Hey. Evening.
Evening.
You ready for this?
Me and Naya don't got much choice, do I?
Nah, I guess we don't. Well, yeah, I guess you don't. All right, we'll best get to it. Just kind of walks out. Guys, kind of posted on the side of a mountain. There's a bunch of pines and trees, and just starts walking. Eventually hit a trail. Kind of walking towards all the bright lights of the city. So, yeah, I ain't going to this. Yeah, apparently our young prince doesn't understand the point of hiding from several people. So, but I got you a ride. There's gonna be a van picks you up. And it'll take you. And yeah, I don't listen. Show up, be polite, smile pretty, play whatever stupid game they want. And then you're free or something. I don't know. Well, there's a lad. Don't get yourself killed. Sure enough, you come out to like a highway going into the city where there's a van.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you are. Kind of tilts his hat and walks back into the woods.
Gonna probably shoulder his bag he brought with him and get on a van.
All right. Dagny. You wake up for the evening. You are really hungry. And you're in... Well, it's just dark all around you.
Okay.
What would you like to do about that?
It's just dark. I don't know where I am.
No, I mean, you have like lights and stuff in your like greenhouse and your haven usually, and if you reach out, you immediately hit something on any side of yourself.
What does it feel like?
It feels like you're in a box.
Am I in a coffin?
You don't know because you're in it.
Do I reasonably suspect I'm in a coffin?
You could reasonably suspect that. That would be on theme in a way, yeah.
In a way.
Do I usually wake up in a coffin?
You do not. No, this would be new.
Okay. Can I like push forward?
Yeah, let's make a strength athletics check.
Okay. So I roll 2 then for my strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And is athletics a skill? Did I make that up?
It is. It is.
Yeah, okay. You might not have any, but...
Not one that I have. I got a 8 and a 7.
Okay, hey, that's great. You don't get it all in one go, but you're able to slowly push the nails out of this box and push the top off of it. And it's not a coffin. Good news. It's a shipping crate.
Oh.
And you are in a completely unfamiliar environment. You are in a smallish studio apartment. There's a little kitchenette over there, but it's all pretty much one room. It is undecorated, except for a cell phone on the kitchenette.
Oh, okay. Do I have like straw and stuff all over me?
Yes, there is definitely some packing material.
Covered in packing
buddy.
nuts.
Packing peanuts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna spend at least a good 10 minutes like getting all of that off.
Oh, sure. Picking, preening.
Like,
The cell phone vibrates.
yeah, just a minute.
Okay,
Talking to
vibrates
nobody
again.
in
Yeah.
particular. And then when I've like reasonably gotten everything off of me, I'll make my way over to the cell phone and grab that.
Okay. There's a text message from your sire that says, "I sent a car."
Okay.
There's a knock at the door.
Cautiously go over. Is there like an eye hole in the door?
Sure.
I'll look through the eye hole.
Okay. There is just some early 20-something, probably college dude, just kind of standing on his hands in his pockets on the steps, like.
Do I recognize him, or is this like an Uber driver?
This is just an Uber driver. Yeah.
Don't usually come to the door. Okay, I'll open it.
Okay. Oh, hey. Are you Dagny?
Dagny, yes.
Oh. My bad. Yeah, I'm here to pick you up.
Okay.
Okay. It should be reiterated that you're really hungry. Let's... How's your self-control?
My self-control?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, let's roll that.
Cool. I'm sure this is going to work out great for the super driver.
When this happened to me, it was a mouse.
Hold on.
I know, sorry.
An 8 and a 2?
Okay. Like this just young, virile bag of sustenance just kind of like keeps like... You find it hard to concentrate on him because you can just hear his pulse. But then you kind of are like, no, wait, I remember something about just attacking people on my doorstep is bad, probably. Also, this isn't your doorstep, but the rule probably remains. And you are able to not just lunge on this kid right away. So you're just kind of like, all right, well, I'm the Ford Escort up here, so hop on in. Just trundles down the steps.
Gonna just go at my nails like crazy and follow him.
Okay. And you get in the Uber, and you ride. One by one, as you're all driving into the city, except for you, Dimitri, who are walking under it. So just ignore this bit of flavor text. You're all driving into and around the Pittsburgh area, where there is this gleaming giant tower, all lit up from all sides. Anyone who's from here, Dagny in particular, you would know that this is the Cathedral of Learning, and it dominates the skyscape up here in the greater Oakland and university areas. And you're all kind of driving towards this giant spire with a boss name like Cathedral of Learning. And then all of your respective rides veer off onto some side street, go around another side street, where you were let out outside of a little kind of crappy corporate church annex for some United Methodist church that's but like really corporate and cold looking. Like there are several awesome cathedrals in Pittsburgh. This is none of them. It's just some shitty block building. And sure enough, this is where you're kind of told this is it. Your Uber driver checks well, good luck at your AA meeting or whatever this is, lady. Soraya just kind of straightens her outfit as she's just kind of like, yes, this is it. Your van driver's in the know a little bit better than the Uber driver was. He'll even give you, we'll say, 2 blood points worth of blood. Only one of you is supposed to be starving here as a test. I mean, nothing. So yeah, they're cold blood bags, but it's enough to stop you from going crazy. And yeah, you guys all walk into like just like bubbled linoleum halls, another flickering fluorescent light. That's going to be a theme apparently. And individually, or once you kind of see the crowd filter down, you go down some steps into what could just be basement storage in a lot of places, but it's kind of set up where there's a thick curtain on one side and a bunch of just the crappiest fold-out chairs lined up as if kind of for an AA meeting. There's 4 to one side that are already populated, and there's a number of what you guess are vampires just kind of milling around. Some in either seated or standing, milling amongst themselves. And welcome to Elysium. Sorry, the Nosferatu, you guys come up through an access path in an alleyway and let yourselves in the back.
Of course.
Yeah. But eventually reach the same scene. All right, let me do some bookkeeping here as far as I don't know. You don't recognize any of these people so much so far. So, Grimmy immediately separates because he's got business to do behind the curtain. There is a Hispanic dude in a suit, no tie, kind of already sitting down, and he's chatting with a gray-haired woman with her hair kind of like pulled back. She's full double cardi, which should please at least one of you. In a gray dress that she just kind of keeps straightening and seems to be chatting with the Hispanic guy. Cockroach kind of floats over to just kind of stand ominously in a corner. There's this black woman sitting kind of among the crowd, or it's not a crowd. I apologize. Several rows back, but she's got this short hair, a cute, like one of those little hats up top, and is just wearing a absolutely stellar dress. And she's just kind of above it all, kind of leaning there. And there is a dude in a suit who is very agitatedly talking to, in this corner where there's 4 seats. All of those people are already seated, and he seems to be trying to generally agitate this kind of bearded and mysterious dude. There's a skinny dude with bleach blonde, long hair. It's all a little stringy and gross. He's a sports jacket over a t-shirt type. There's a woman with a mostly shaved head, just a shock of hair on the top. And she's all leather everything. She's got pierced ears, pierced nose. And then there's a chubby girl sitting next to her with like curly Maltese hair in a jean jacket. And oh, right. And in the very back, sitting very diminutively, is a small Jewish woman with a shawl, looking like she has a permanent chill. And Anton, you recognize her as the Beast, as your only name for her. And you guys all kind of arrive within minutes of each other. You all kind of know what you're here for. Soraya will kind of excuse herself to move past the suited white douche and go talk to a couple of the others in the front row. And we'll say, like, I will come get you when you're ready. So yeah, you guys kind of find yourselves in this grungy church basement. Initial reactions, interactions, anything you guys want to do?
I feel like Naya is she's trying to keep a straight face about it, but as soon as she walks in and sees like the shitty chairs, just like the garbage lighting, she's visibly disappointed in the lack of decorum. And then as soon as the Nosferatu show up, she makes a face like she smelled some bad cheese. Like,
She
might.
If I notice the face, I am going to glare for sure.
Sure. Getting the glare off. This is classic vampire.
Staring contest?
Just clan animosity. But yeah, Anton, or those of you without sires here, apparently. Because, yeah, you do not see Annie Aubrey here, by the way, either.
Oh. Just, well, probably nervously try to become a shadow as much as possible.
Okay.
Anton's probably going to move towards the one face he knows and just says, "Ma'am," and sits near her. Not next to her, but just close.
Okay. She'll just kind of look up and... Oh. Yes, hello, boy. This is, your night, yes?
As far as I know about it.
Yeah, okay. I love her.
I hope that's who I think it is.
Maybe.
Kind of scanning the room. If I see that Dagny is kind of just standing there alone, I'll kind of look at Eric like, am I supposed to socialize or what?
Oh, yeah. Well, whatever you want, lad. Whatever you want. Sure.
Yeah, and I'll walk up to Dagny. And Dagny, you see a kind of tall-ish man with a long, like, ivory-colored face, long, crooked, pointed nose and ears. He's got really dark circles under his eyes, like he's Morph from the X-Men cartoon. And kind of red, ratty eyes, and just shoulder-length, super greasy hair. Like a sweater that clearly looks like he lives in a sewer. And black pants, pretty tall combat boots covered in You Hope mud. And he kind of just feels like middle school, right? Like, I'm supposed to dance and socialize. I don't know.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Do you want some, like, hand sanitizer or something? You seem kind of got, like, a funk
No, I'm good.
going on.
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, cool. No, cool.
Okay, sometimes it helps. They say it's bad for you, but it's actually not that bad for you. It's actually pretty good for you. It helps prevent the flu and...
No, I know what hand sanitizer is.
Also, you were all immune to the flu.
It's not as dirty as you think. Anyway, you know what?
You will hear some commotion behind the curtain, and Soraya will beckon to you, Naya, to like come sit behind her. Like,
she looks relieved, casts a few more glances over at the Nosferatu, and now some really confused glances at the person he's talking to, and then goes to sit with Soraya.
The front row is peopled by the Hispanic guy. There's an empty seat. I'm sorry, it's Soraya. Behind her is Naya. The Hispanic guy, empty seat. Cockroach kind of floats over, sits. The tall, luxurious black woman gets up and moves to the front row to sit next to him. Looks really happy about it. Then the woman with the full double cardi, and then the dude in the suit files in next to her. And when kind of nobody else is taking charge, the Hispanic guy will be like, take your seats. Kind of waving at the two of you that aren't quite seated yet.
Yeah.
Eric also isn't. He's just kind of like, we should probably sit together. So,
Okay.
all right. You're gonna do great.
Thanks.
And yeah, you hear some amount of, it's not quite raised voices, but you definitely get the feeling that there's some kind of argument behind the curtain. And Grimmy kind of like harries out to just kind of be like, she's probably coming. Yeah, so all right then. It's like, I'm not doing all of this. Just quit your wearing a fire. And out walks, in a pantsuit and very serious business hair, a 14-year-old girl. who walks out being dogged by this woman who is in this one-piece just murder dress. And a very serious look on her face as she just like comes out and like scans the room like after the fact, like clearing her corners when this girl is already like in front of this. It's just like, well, welcome all. I'm your prince, Charlotte Kingsley. And I call this meeting of the Nula Camarilla to order. We're here for one primary piece of business tonight. Presentation of our newest members. She kind of finds you in the crowd. To raise them from fledglings to neonates. I see no reason to waste time on ceremony. We can get right to it. I'm sure they agree. Please step forward. Who presents these newest children to me? And Soraya will be first up and kind of be like,
Yeah.
kind of stand very dutifully and dotingly at your side. Eric will kind of like swatch you on the leg, like, that's us. Pretty sure that's us. Kind of gets up and like, even though you're on the end, he gets up first and kind of like scooches past you.
I would try and do that like awkward
Yeah.
movie theater, let him by, and then stand up and walk behind him.
And Charlotte will kind of look and be like, okay, two of our sires just couldn't show up. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Dagny and I believe Anton, could you come up?
Yeah.
Could you come up here? She kind of frowns over at Afia, who also like frowns, but she was already frowning, so you don't know if that counts.
Double frown.
She will kind of motion to Soraya first. Yes. Prince Charlotte. Might I present to you Naya Okafor. She is my child. I have brought her here. She was very helpful during the siege, if you might recall. Of course, you don't have to. But she was very helpful during the siege. You were gracious enough to grant me your permission, and she is my chosen, and she will do all of us, your city, and me very proud. Charlotte just kind of takes it and smiles at you and kind of steps down the line, stops in front of Eric. Yeah, this is my boy, and he kind of like faux punches you, like, yeah, this is Dimitri. He's gonna be kind of a go and getter if things are done. Kind of a. He's a talker. You should see him on stage. He's real. It's real acty. Your friendship. She kind of like faux smiles at him and does give you like it's nice to meet you.
Yeah. Try and put on as much of a I don't want to be associated with him, but I am, and like try and smile and look handsome.
Sure. She nods and she walks down the line and kind of already takes your hand, Dagny, of just kind of like, oh, you poor dear. When the door bursts open and rushing in and kind of like just all these wispy layers, this kind of like straight blonde hair and these kind of like tinted glasses, comes in like, oh man, am I late? Like, hold on. And Auntie Aubrey walks up. It's just like, did I miss it? Are we done? And it's like, no, Aubrey, please. We were just getting to it. In fact, could you help your child out? It's like, oh, yeah. She rushes behind you, Dagny. She's like, this is Dagny. She's going to be great, man. Okay, well, that's okay. thank you, Aubrey, and nice to meet you, Dagny.
Mine for it was bad. Jeez.
And she moves down to Anton, who is all on his own. Well, now, this is a little. It's just kind of ceremony. Someone's supposed to present you as all. I speak for boy. She kind of leans around, and a bunch of eyes just turn around to the Jewish woman sitting as far away from everyone as possible in the far back corner. I speak for boy. You need this? I do this. Oh. Well, okay, this is highly irregular, but thank you, Jarina. You honor us with your presence. Yeah, okay. Oh, okie doke. All right. She smiles at you, Anton, and kind of goes back to the front. Well, be welcomed, Naya, Dimitri, Dagny, and Anton, to Elysium, and as potential new members to the Camarilla. First, you are presented with a test. Look to your sides. These are your peers, as lost as yourselves, yet as capable as you. They may be friends for unlife, or rivals soon enough. But as of tonight, your journeys begin as one. I name you a coterie of siblings from this night forward till any of you break that trust. Your test tonight is a simple one, but one of the most basic calls of your nightly existence. You will leave here, and each of you must hunt before you return to us. Help each other, keep your eyes on each other for signs of the beast, and above all else, maintain tradition number 1, our most important tenet, the masquerade. No mortal can know of your purpose, or identity before or after. She kind of opens her mouth to say more, and the dude in the suit gets up. He's all Eric Trump-haired. I object. You can't just object. The woman going full double Cardi in the gray dress. He can actually. Oh, really? She kind of motions, and this is a mockery, a sham. You hand a steam to the lesser mongrel clans and spit in the face of our most august members. Why were the Ventru not offered progeny? Why not the Tremere, the Toreador? He motions to the Cardi and the black woman in turn. I dare say the Bruja would be better than this zoo. The Assamites and the Gangrel are not even members in good standing. The less said about the Kooks, the better. And if you notice, Aubrey starts, like, nodding. Yeah. Oh. Mean, man.
Me?
The only one I don't object to is the Nosferatu. Of course, salt of the earth. I've always said so. Do I hear a second? The kind of mystery beardo dude who's sitting off with the other for his... I second. And the woman with the girl with the mall hair and the jean jacket goes, yeah! She looks at someone who takes offense. Fuck you, I'm allowed to be here.
Said the Bruja, I'm guessing.
I want her to be next sire is what I want.
But up and down the front row of crappy fold-out chairs, everyone just kind of is like looking away, shaking their head. One or two like look up, and I'm like, dude. So, Charlotte, you've said all this before, Mr. Whitecross, and find the same support you did before. Need to remind you, our colleagues in the Assamites are in good standing. The Gangrel retain a Justicar, and the Malkavians have proven their loyalty. Adhering too strongly to hidebound traditions caught us flat-footed to see the Sabbat push to the south coming. And is embracing the new, no pun intended, that saw our success retaking the north. I will not apologize, and I won't explain myself to you. You want my head? Get the votes. Until then, if I may release our newest members without having to watch this unprofessional display, I'd appreciate it. And kind of straightens up his suit. It is for us to be your new camarilla. You erode the fundament upon which we were built. Fly in the face of tradition at your own peril, young prince, and find your wings shredded. Kind of starts taking his seat. You've been heard, Mr. Whitecross. Do not dare my patience further, or see if I don't bring back some of our oldest traditions. Kind of steers over to you guys. Apologies. Y'all are free to go. Stay together and good luck. Kind of motion to the to the steps. There's already one or two people being like, I have some new business. But
let's go before new business. Come on.
New business is the worst business. So you guys can file out onto the street. As you climb up the steps, flicker, flashing light, out into the little, just like side of a building. There's like, I don't know, like a closed pawn shop across the street, all caged over. Yeah, you guys are out on the street together. So what you gonna do now?
Leave.
Obviously, keep rolling.
That was the right answer. Soup gets an experience point.
Quitting this channel.
Are we
Well,
like
Anton's dead because that just killed me.
are we in like an alley or on like a street?
You kind of open up like it's a side street, but like you don't see any cars driving down it. There might even be like a cement stand that stops cars from coming down it. So at some point they were like, not a street. So you're kind of like, it's one part street, one part strip mall parking.
Okay. As my very appearance kind of breaks the first rule she told me not to, I will put up my hood and kind of take out like a porcelain like half mask and kind of put it over his mouth and kind of draw the hood as far down as he can. So at best you can kind of see it just looks like he has red eyes, which is weird, but I mean, it's not necessarily this dude's a vampire.
Yeah.
It's just your angry average mall goth.
Yeah.
Gonna offer that hand sanitizer again.
Like, do you offer it around to everyone or just the us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
To try and make it not seem like, but like put like an extra amount on Dimitri's hands. So that it's like dripping. Like
It's never going to come off.
Yeah, your skin isn't as absorbent once you're dead, so it's like some, but not all.
I'll kind of look at my fellows and be like, well, that last bit was weird, right? Yeah.
It seems not everyone wants to welcome us.
Nah, that guy seemed like a real prick.
That seems like it's going to be their problem for a little bit.
It seems he doubts our abilities, so perhaps we should prove him wrong.
I mean, all we gotta do is hunt, yeah?
Yeah. How do we want to... Who's hungry? Anybody like... Let's get hand sanitizer some food.
Oh, the hand sanitizer doesn't need to eat. I do.
This is going to be a long night.
Right, cool.
The little crappy glass door to the crappy church that is the crappy Elysium kind of rattles open. There's probably a bell. Why not? And Auntie Aubrey just kind of runs out and is just like, Oh man, did I miss it? Oh, good. No. Oh, good. You're still here. This is great. She walks over to you, Dagny, and puts her hands on your shoulders. It's kind of like, okay, hold on.
Yes.
She starts rifling through pockets, and she will take out a small mouse and put it in your hand. You're like, oh, hold on to that for a second. Keeps going through her pockets. Roll self-control.
I was gonna say, is this mouse alive or dead?
Oh, it's a living mouse.
Oh, golly jeepers. That would be 2 ones. Do I eat this mouse?
Well, that's
get 8.
That's a botch. So yeah, you you fail catastrophically.
Tries to bite the mouse and misses and bites somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just go into a frenzy. I don't know that there's a lot else for me to do with 2 ones. Crap. Even if you failed, you could have spent a willpower point, but if you botch, Christ. Yeah, you are surrounded in food. I don't know what else to tell you. Your motivation in this next scene is to eat. Go.
I'm gonna.
By the way, that mouse is not going to be enough. So good news, the mouse probably. Let me look up some things.
How mad is Dimitri gonna be if I eat this mouse?
Oh, I'm not gonna be happy, but I'll be happier if you just eat the mouse and we don't have to fight you.
I can't insist enough, though. That mouse is not going to do it. There's so much more blood around you. Like, all of these people
We're practically full.
have so much more blood
I
around
mean,
you.
2 of you are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's
prime
right.
targets. Prime targets are the Assamites and the Nosferatu. And I mean, you know the one is very sanitized. Christ almighty. 297. All right, yeah. Hold on, let me just reading the nature of the beast. So yeah, who would you like to attack is like the first thing. Because again, you botched. There are a lot of ways to frenzy and to get away with frenzy. 2 ones is none of them. So you have to try and attack someone right now.
Damn it.
Okay.
Why did I not take 3 points in animalism?
Oh, that would have been very helpful
Yes,
right now.
it
Yes,
would've.
you are correct.
I have 1.
It's not enough to quell the beast.
Can we tell that she's wigging out?
Oh yeah, I mean it becomes very apparent very quickly. Yeah.
Possible to just try to hold her.
Can I dominate her?
Actually, you get advantage, or not advantage, but you have advantages to resist dominate while you're frenzying because you're a mindless monster person now.
Sorry, guys.
But Dagny, who are you attacking? Are you attacking the Nosferatu or the gorgeous femme fatale black woman?
Who's closer?
You were probably closest. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, just not to single you out, but Dimitri. You were probably closest to Dimitri.
I'll go for him then.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, what?
Dimitri.
Kind of look up. Oh, you're awfully close. Oh.
Yeah, I guess let's make this a contested physical roll, which probably bodes well for you, Dimitri. So roll strength brawl, Soup.
Okay.
And how would you like to try to avoid this attack, Dimitri?
Can I act my way out of it? I am not the most physical of Nosferatu.
That's true. That is true.
So, although, if I remember correctly, Dagny is also not the most physical of Malkavian.
No,
so
no,
this is going to be like a noodle arm fight.
Yes.
Can I...
Just like weakly pushing me away.
It's like, no. They just each got one hand on each other's faces, pushing away, like.
Yeah, I really don't have any helpful physical talents or anything. Like, I don't think I can pull off subterfuge to, like, sleight of hand her into not seeing me.
This is going to be strength plus something. What is it?
Can I use obfuscate to make myself invisible?
Is that just going to make she attack somebody else?
It's not his problem.
It's not his problem.
Sorry. Okay.
What do you got? Is that 2 vanishing? Is that what level are you using it at?
Sorry, I just had it open and now it's closed. Yeah, I have 3 dots in it, so unseen presence, so I can move around.
Okay. Now, since you're trying to disappear in full sight, I don't know why I keep putting this back, since I don't know that you get away with just
doing it.
Teleporting. Unless the character speaks, text, draws attention on stuff. We're going to say that's so roll with stealth.
I'm pretty good at that. So I get.
Hey, Soup, do you have Osprey? And yes, I pronounce it Osprey. Don't at me.
I do. I have 2 points in it.
Okay, and Andy, you have 3 points in it?
I have 3 points in obfuscate, yeah.
Okay.
What's my target number?
The difficulty of the roll depends on the situation. I'm going to call it a 7 because she was lurching at you when you did it.
Okay. And 1s cancel out successes, right?
Yes.
So... one success.
Okay.
I have my 7 dice.
All right, so Dagny, you just kind of drop this mouse probably as you see a much bigger mouse in front of you.
Oh.
Rude.
And lunge towards it when it disappears. And you need to get that blood from somewhere else. When a hand touches your shoulder and says, "Oh, no, man, no." And your frenzy goes away. And Annie Aubrey turns you around. It's just like, "No, you failed the first test, man. That's a real bummer."
Sorry, I dropped your mouse.
Oh, that's all right. The smaller you are, the less bad big falls are. Here, though, I wanted to give you this. She hands you a ornate golden watch. Like old-timey, pop open and little fob. There's no fob, it's just the watch, but you get the idea. Yeah, I wanted to give you that for tonight. Say good luck, but well, you'll do better, man.
Terribly sorry, Auntie.
Well, that's okay. Some people can't hold their mice. And she will turn around and walk back down into the basement.
Just gonna look real sad.
Naya is glaring at Dagny.
Now, all of you, as some form of baseline education, have been informed that this can happen. Presumably, it hasn't happened to any of you yet, but you are aware. You've been warned of the beast. You've been warned about letting yourself get too hungry, but it's all been very book learning so far, and you've kind of gotten to see it now of, oh, they mean it. That hunger you feel pulling at you every night can eventually just kind of set you off. Sorry it happens so early, but I did instigate it. I can't say I didn't do it.
You're not sorry at all.
Man, a botch. I was ready for a failure. I'm like, you can spend a willpower point. You don't have to eat the mouse. Not, you're fucked. Go fight your friend. First impressions matter.
Is the mouse still here, or did Annie Aubrey take it, or did it run away?
Oh, she took the mouse.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not trusting the mouse with you people.
I'm just gonna like try and make myself as small as possible and possibly on the brink of tears because I'm just like, if nothing else, very embarrassed.
Sure. Good news, you can't cry. Or you can spend a blood point to cry. You've got all of them, right?
Help.
Do you cry blood?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's when I left off the list earlier. You can spend blood to simulate certain human activities that usually involve fluids.
That sounds wonderful.
I would like to uncloak and kind of get down on Dagny's level and try and make eye contact with her. And,
Okay.
take off my mask and just look her in the eye and say, "Let's get you food."
Mm.
Yeah, we better get you something to eat before you do that again.
And I'll stand and offer a hand to Dagny.
Oh.
I'll very gingerly take it and then kind of
I'll very gingerly squirt some hand sanitizer into it and then take it.
Slip out of my hand.
He pulls out a tissue and grabs the hand.
I know.
I know.
I'll put on gloves next time.
Do you need some gloves?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. Just trying to be helpful.
No, I know. I get the kind you can use with your cell phone. It's helpful. Okay, let's...
I mean, I think I got some. I think they're the orange pair, though.
Let's not...
So we
It's not
bring
that
orange
kind of
gloves.
hunting, Anton. Let's not draw attention to ourselves. Okay. Yeah. What part of town are we in? We're center city-ish?
Yeah,
No, and again, don't at me. This is not going to be the most geographically accurate Pittsburgh, but you are. I actually do kind of know where you are. You are in South, which is near the universities, and by universities I do mean a number of universities. Pittsburgh is filthy with academia. There are at least 3 colleges and campuses within blocks in any direction. University of Pitt owns the Cathedral of Knowledge. That's a beacon. You can, whenever you're drunk around campus, you can always get home. There's kind of because it's around all these campuses, there's a lot of foot traffic that'll start to increase the more you get towards things. There's rows of bars, all-night eateries, a couple drive-through beer distributors. There's also residential and student housing in kind of any direction. It's all pretty low rent up here. The campuses themselves are quite nice. There's also Carnegie Mellon kind of has an adjunct hospital because they have a pretty good medical program. So they have a functional hospital attached to them if a hospital is where you like to eat. In general, all of Pittsburgh is open to you guys at this point, and feel free to make it up. I have some actual locations that I sort of know about because I lived there for a year or two, but I'm not. If you guys want to be like, let's go hit the club, you guys are going to go to a club. If you guys want to be like, let's go to a grimy, shitty bar, there is no shortage. So if you guys want to go to a park, there's parks, plenty. So you can just kind of vaguely make it up. You don't have to be like, I want to go to this park. Just say park. I'll get you any of several. So what kind of hunter and hunting do you think appeals to your character?
Am I still in my nurse's scrubs by any chance?
Probably not.
Okay.
Unless you dress in them all year, just kind of casually. In fact, you probably didn't dress yourself
Oh.
before you were put in the shipping container.
Figured probably not, but thought I might ask.
Yeah.
So are
It's a
you
nice
also,
outfit.
Are you also wearing like some kind of gauzy, ridiculous hippie dress from Auntie Aubrey?
What am I wearing?
Well, she probably dressed you in your own clothes.
Okay.
So what's casual, Dagny?
Oh, probably just the most boring thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, blend into the crowd central.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if Anton would be wearing anything that is not camo pattern. I don't think he is.
Real conspicuous in an urban environment, buddy. Gotta get you that black and white stuff. Okay.
Get the urban camo
Yeah.
going.
Or blue and silver, or whatever urban camo actually is.
We could
I think
go
it's
to
black
the
and gray.
Salvation Army. I think there's one close by here.
Do you want to feed at the Salvation Army?
No, get him
Oh,
clothes.
that's not...
I don't
we
think
can-
that's a
uh-oh.
priority.
Hold on a second. Never mind.
We got it.
No, yeah, what he said, that's not the priority.
So we gonna stalk, we gonna break in somewhere. What's we gonna do?
Well, if we want to maintain secrecy, I suggest finding a place where the prey will be distracted. Someplace like a library where they're already occupied,
And
wherever
quiet.
kids go in this town to make out.
Yeah. Clubs, bars tend to be what I think about. Catch lots of people. If you don't want to go in, you can catch them stumbling home.
On woods near the outskirts of town, there's also a ridge overlooking the city. Teens go there.
Good to make out point.
They won't see us coming.
What do you think, Dagny?
Whatever is closest and whatever works for you guys, I guess.
Decisive.
Okay, yeah, whatever's closest got me attacked. So,
Valid point.
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
So whatever's like fourth closest.
Yeah.
She
let's-
does have a point. We should probably go for the easiest and nearest target since she is apparently on a limited time schedule.
Yeah, let's just go to the nearest club. That's...
Yeah, and Dimitri, you went to Carnegie Mellon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you know this area of town fairly well. And there are a couple, like, bars, but they're all, like, restaurant bars. There's definitely a lot of, like, tweed jackets and patched, like, ironic patched elbows around here. It's not going to be lost in a crowds yet, because it's still pretty early in the evening. If you'd want to get where things are a little more raucous and easier to get lost in, you'd want to go down to the Strip.
Kind of look at everyone else. Anybody?
So
Objections?
one question is, we get her surrounded by people. She gonna do that again?
An excellent question.
Great question. Well, maybe we can do the hunting part and just get her somebody.
I mean, you need me to hunt.
He's dressed appropriately for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Perhaps not this kind of hunting.
Should we call an Uber to get to the Strip? Is that...
You can do that. There's actually excellent public transit in Pittsburgh, by the way. A lot of exact change, though, but like it's great. They've got a bus system. Like they actually have dedicated bus lanes, which I've always appreciated. Students ride for free. If you still had your old student ID, you do not look like that anymore, Dimitri.
No.
Just heads up. But yeah, you can get to the strip by bus. You can absolutely call an Uber, which is hilarious.
Do I still have that cell phone?
You do still have that cell phone. It has a number of numbers programmed into it. If it wasn't already your cell phone, it is now.
Cool.
Also, not for nothing, but since most of you are fairly new to this game, you could also call an Uber and have a person delivered to you. It's the one driving the car.
That is also true.
Just while we're spitballing, we're all on the same side here, which is the side of that little mouse, if we're being honest.
I agree.
I'm glad the mouse lived.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, then I'll offer up my cell phone and say, well, someone came on this earlier.
Yeah, let's kind of take that and open Uber and let's just get you a driver.
So we gonna call a cab? Where are we gonna take the cab? Because we gonna have a car once we're done with the guy.
Yeah. Take it to the strip. Who can drive? Anybody? Cool.
All right.
I can, yes.
I cannot.
All right.
I have 1 dot in drive.
That's all you need.
I took 2 in drive, so I can drive stick.
Nice.
Dagny
I
will
can't.
be our driver.
Just like real life.
And if you've lived in Pittsburgh all your life, you can drive stick in a city comprised improbably entirely of hills. It is garbage driving stick in that town. I've done it.
Hey, that's how I learned. Is my dad brought me to a hill, parked it in the middle of it, and said, "All right,
Oh,
don't stall."
I like your dad's style. Yeah, that's good.
That is how I decided never to drive stick again.
So yeah, you I actually don't use Uber, but it says ding, you got a car coming. Or where are you telling them to pick you up? In front of Elysium?
No.
He asked loadedly.
Let's
Cool.
Definitely not.
I would like
Not
to
a-
use, before we leave this alleyway, I would like to use Mask of 1,000 Faces so I don't look like a monster anymore.
Okay. Do you look like yourself as a mortal, or do you take advantage of?
Yeah, can I take advantage? I have to roll for that, right?
Yeah, I'm looking it up, but
Manipulation plus performance?
that's true.
Okay.
Difficulty 7. That feels a little high, but they've done the math.
Ooh. Okay.
That sounded either really good or really bad. I'm not sure which yet, and I'm
That's
scared.
pretty good. And you roll 10s again to...
Yeah, we'll do 10 again. Apparently, that's not a rule in OWAD. It was. I am across editions right now. We'll do 10 again.
Okay.
I like 10 again.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
got...
that's fun to say.
I ended up... It is fun to say. I got 2 successes, so I don't really pull off anything super dramatic, but I probably look like I did as a human, which is young Steve Buscemi.
Nice.
So
Yeah, 2 successes. He looks unlike himself. People don't easily recognize him or agree about his appearance.
that's
so
even better.
yeah, you're pulling off a good nondescript iffy dude. But you don't look like a monster.
It's the best part.
Yeah, Mr. Buscemi is an excellent character actor.
One of the best.
And I'm sure he has a great personality.
He was wonderful in Sharknado.
He's wonderful in everything.
Yeah. He's the underrated and the best part of the Big Lebowski, in my opinion.
Including,
So this is no longer Vampire the Masquerade. This is now a Steve Buscemi appreciation stream.
yes, including clearing Rebel from ground zero. Steve Buscemi's an American hero. What were we talking about? Right, you guys are vampires. One of you starving, and there's a Meals on Wheels coming. So, all right, you're stepping out of here. Where are you having them pick you up? Feel free to make up a 2 blocks over location or whatever.
I was going to say, like, the nearest McDonald's or Sheetz parking lot or whatever.
Okay. Let's see. Not to get too technical, but your closest gas stations, including a Sheetz and an Exxon, are actually on 5th, which is kind of big, wide, and well lit. You might want to lure them into South Oakland a little bit more.
Okay.
Where you can be like, totally pick me up at Cindy's house. This isn't Cindy's house. Dramatic sting.
Yeah, let's have them pick us up at Cindy's house. What a party Cindy had tonight. This Wednesday.
Do we want the hunting to take place where they pick us up or where they go to drop us off?
Yeah, do you want to use them for the ride first?
Yeah, have them take us somewhere more obscure and then kill them so that there's less people that possibly saw the car.
Point of order. You do not, and mostly should not, kill them. You do not have to do that as part of feeding.
You just want to drain their blood.
Oh, okay.
And some of it.
Right.
If you take more than 3 blood from one person, you have heightened their chance of dying of exposure tonight on a cold night kind of thing. And sorry, this is again one of those things where I'm like,
Oh, okay.
I know what I'm doing, but so this is something I would have taken first name. Every human has 10 blood points in them. Mm-hmm. They may still survive if you drain 4 from them, but that is a desperation kind of wartime tactic that all of your sires would have kind of told you not to drink too deep kind of stuff. So 1 is perfectly safe. They're barely going to notice. 2, they're going to feel woozy and probably go to sleep for a little while afterwards. Eventually someone will wake them up and give them a cookie and a juice and they're going to be fine. By 3 or 4, you have drained them of a substantial amount of their blood. And again, you can run into, they died of exposure. They no longer have the capability of fighting back. So unless you leave them perfectly safe somewhere where they might recover or at a hospital, they're going to be in some trouble. So, and you not only don't have to murder by feeding, you're greatly encouraged not to, at least in the Camarine. The Sabbat have other rules. Which is, hey, you done with that human? Quit bogarting.
Great.
So, but where should we attack them is a good question.
Because either way, he's going to be passed out for a little bit and need his juice box.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have him,
the juice box,
take us to a undisclosed location, get him there, throw him in the back seat, then we drive somewhere else, and then just let him wake up in his car. Is that feasible, Marty? Is that how it could work?
We leave like half a bottle of whiskey next to him.
That's not a good thing to drink when you're missing blood.
So you're gonna,
no, wait. It just makes him look like he wakes up and thinks he drank it.
All right, so you're going to have him pick you up, go to kind of an out-of-the-way place, have Dagny feed on him, and are you going to steal his car? Is that part of the plan? Or are you just going to walk the rest of the way to somewhere else?
Well, you can just walk the rest of the way. That's probably the safest.
Okay.
Well, no, because Uber can track where the car is, so that's probably not a good idea. I'm kind of just thinking that as soon as Marty said we should just leave it and walk. So I like that plan, but
yeah, I'm just saying, when I was playing Vampire, we didn't have half of these apps and things. It's both easier and much harder because they can track that car, so you got to be a little more. It adds a whole dimension of the game.
Yeah, we could set up the ride like it's gonna be to like somewhere out of the way, so then it doesn't look suspicious when we drive to that out of the way place.
let's do it.
All right, so you want them to pick you up, go to an out-of-the-way place. You're going to feed from them, and then you're going to drive the car with them still in it?
No, then we're going to get out and walk, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Soup, what's a name you hate?
Problems.
What's a name I hate?
Yeah.
Hunter.
Hunter. Hunter comes driving up, and yeah, and he's got like a full minivan because he heard you guys needed it for 4 people.
It's a Hunter thing to do.
Yeah, total Hunter thing to do. He's got a "Even God Can't Take My Gun" sticker in the back.
Anton likes this man.
And one of those, like it's those family decals. But the wife has been like half scraped off. Oh. And he spends most of the drive talking about like how he doesn't see his kids as much anymore. Things have been really hard on old Hunter. And, you know, it's tough for the hard-working Steelers fans of this town.
Oh, he's a Steelers fan, too.
Oh, yeah, Yin's fans?
Put my hand on Dagny's shoulder. Black and yellow, buddy. Excellence forever. That's a thing.
Black and yellow. He pulls a terrible towel out of you don't know where. It's just kind of like, woo! How many rings you got?
6. You know.
Yeah, this guy knows. Like this guy.
So we're going the scenic route, are we?
Just eat them.
Yeah, like what's even like back here? Like is this like buddy sash? You going to like a house parties? Is it cool? For like a 43-year-old divorced guy? Like you think I can get I'm on duty. You know what? It's inappropriate, Hunter. It's inappropriate. Stupid. So
Naya's just arching one eyebrow at him.
So this abandoned warehouse is where I'm leaving you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Homeless outreach.
Kind of get out of the car door and just stare at Dagny.
When I'm just like obviously waiting for a signal of am I ripping him out of the car and holding him down yet?
Yins, have a good night.
Okay, either someone needs to dominate him or...
I rip him out of the car
There
and
we
hold
go.
him down.
Another point of order, because again, this is something that I kind of take for granted. The bite itself, unless you have taken a flaw or are a Giovanni, which nobody here is, causes a kind of ecstasy that clouds the mind in general. So the masquerade kind of cleans up after itself. The general feeding, you don't have to like then dominate them afterwards to be like, forget, because that really hampers a lot of clans that can't do that. So the general act of feeding, I mean, you can go about it violently or you can go about it seductively or you can do whatever. And the bite or the kiss itself kind of takes care of itself, that the person kind of wakes up like, that's weird. Do I remember a girl? What was going on? I probably drank too much. Like, so you don't then have to hide a body or anything. Once you're just kind of like, I feed from him, that takes care of itself.
Okay.
But Anton, are you holding this chump in place for Dagny?
Sure.
All right, let's make a strength brawl roll. Are you pulling him back into the minivan or are you pulling him out into the street?
I'll just like reach around because I think I was sitting behind him and just pulled him back against the seat.
Okay. Yeah, strength brawl. We'll call it a 6. I think eventually they raised standard to 7, but in my day...
Back in my day.
You're all 10, right?
What's that? Reroll 10s? Yeah.
10s.
10 again.
So that's going to be 5 successes.
Okay. That is an epic success.
You hold the shit out of him.
You hold the shit out of him. We'll say... I don't even know how to make this a more epic success. You either hold him or you don't. But we'll say in the holding, you managed to rattle his head enough, and he's got like a tin ear or something, and he just kind of falls like. you knock him unconscious in the ground.
Just hold it out.
Yeah.
Here you go.
You have an entirely limp and available body to you.
Beautiful. So I'm going to take my hair out of my usually very prim and proper bun and just kind of like shake it out and then go to town on his neck.
Okay. How many points do you intend to take?
Oh, God.
Very interesting way you just
I don't
emphasis
like it.
on that.
Really wish I had that third dot in animalism.
I'm ready to grab again if I have to.
I'm scared.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. You definitely take 2.
Okay. Oh, no.
Now, we're going to roll self-control again.
No. This is not going to be good.
Let me make sure you can't sub in consciousness or something. Let me see. Is there a hunger frenzy? There's got to be something. What'd you get on that?
Oh, actually not bad. I got a 6 and a 9.
Okay. Yeah. You can stop at 2.
Okay.
You are still very hungry. Because what does that put you at? 5?
Yep.
Okay. But you can stop at 2.
I will stop at 2.
Sure. Okay. There's this weird voice in the back of your head that goes, "We wouldn't kill anybody." But okay, yeah, you can. And what you do is you bite. You have these fangs that kind of come out. You bite, and then you lick the wound, and the wound seals. By the way, another thing that's kind of in world that I might have taken for assumed. But all right, so Dagny, check. Again, you're still hungry, though. You might still want to feed if you guys find yourselves in a more... But you are in less danger now of completely flying off the handle. And, yeah, you can leave this guy to take a little nap in his Uber car.
Put him back in his car, turn the engine off for him.
How many rings you got?
Listen, he deserved more than 2. But he's gonna get 2.
Drink responsibly. Blood, that is. All right, and you guys wanted to head closer to the more clubby area. Is that true? Or like when you were driving him to this undisclosed location?
Yeah, the abandoned warehouse district.
Oh boy, it is plentiful. It's not uncommon here.
City needs at least one.
No, sweet raves going on in one of these abandoned warehouses.
Yes. I remind you, this is a world of darkness.
So there is a sweet rave going on in one of.
So yeah.
One hundo P. As far as I'm concerned, this place is stuck in the 90s because that's when most of it was written, and that's when I played most of it. So you can find sweet raves everywhere. Surprisingly common still.
Probably one in every other warehouse, abandoned warehouse.
Yeah, as opposed to whatever vape parties the kids are having these days.
That's it.
Can we find the one most like that scene from Tricks?
Wait,
or we can find that one for like that scene from the first Blade movie.
See, yeah, that's more the World of Darkness motif I'm thinking of in my head. Like, are you thinking of the one in Zion, like where it's all like?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that Pittsburgh's crunchy enough, so we're gonna go closer to Blade. But
okay.
Or has anybody seen the movie Go? Or am I old? Like, it's that kind of rave. Anyway, it's a rave. Don't worry. It's pants with too many pockets and chains that are gonna trip that kid if he keeps dancing like that.
That's why they call them trip pants.
Do they call them? That makes a lot of sense.
I always called them UFOs because I think that was the brand of them.
Mind blown.
All right, so Are you actively trying to find a rave, or are you just looking for a club? Because if you're trying to find a rave, how many of you are down with yes, hello, also fellow kids, to find a rave?
I have 0 points in Streetwise.
Yes, hello. Yes, hello, fellow city folk.
Yeah. Because I guarantee you, in any World of Darkness city at any given time, there are 3 raves going. But you have to still be able to find them.
Yeah, let's just go to a club.
Okay.
Unless anyone has objections, but I kind of figured club is, while stereotypical, lots of drunk people doing dumb things.
Yeah, there's a reason it's a classic.
Yeah.
Let's go for that.
And kind of point at Anton and Naya and be like, who's hungry?
You can all go before I do.
I know Dagny. Yeah.
So yeah, then let's put it to Anton. Anton, do you feel like a club would be your best hunting experience?
His best? No.
Yeah,
I might have to give you my
Is that
coat.
your best self?
yeah, I feel like you might be a more most dangerous game kind of guy
Yeah.
who plays with his food, but
100%.
there are certainly parks in the city and on the way to more populated areas for these fools. Let's see. Well, you guys drove further away, but again, there are plenty of parks in Pittsburgh. Whatever your image of Pittsburgh, it is also that. But it also is quite a nice city with a bunch of nice architecture. Go to Pittsburgh. Actually, don't. But you get the idea.
Don't go to Pittsburgh, but look at a lot of pictures of it.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's Pittsburgh's new tourism campaign.
You don't need to come. Check out the internet. See what it's like.
Don't come, but like drive through.
Don't do that. I've driven through Pittsburgh a lot. It's a nightmare.
It's... Yep.
It's just hard to... Anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're finding a park somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's do a park. Let's see. You guys left from South Oakland. I actually do have a map. Not that I'm trying too hard to be...
Accurate.
Let's see. If you guys were heading towards... Oh, boy. Look at this big boy. Oh, that's a cemetery. Sorry.
I mean, it works. Any port in a storm.
That's where the rave is.
It could be.
Sweet graveyard road.
It is a
It's a
world
graveyard warehouse.
of darkness. Let's see. You got Frank Curto Park and you got Garden of Hope over here. Does either of them sound cooler to you?
Hey, Garden of Hope.
Yeah, Garden of Hope. I like that one.
All right. It's big, it's square, it's off Bedford Avenue. And it's close to some residential dwellings where you're certain to get some foot traffic down here. So, let's head over to the Garden of Hope. Plus, it's got a cool sound. Yeah, the problems with the Garden of Hope are it's relatively well lit and visible from at least one street to foot traffic pretty well. But it's not without its trees, its topiaries, and its places to hide, lurk, jump out at people, lure people charmingly, or whatever your bag is. So it's not... This isn't heightened difficulty. In a lot of vampire games, you probably wouldn't even play the hunting part, but as a good introduction to vampire, I wanted to do the hunting part because it's fun. But so yeah, that's not to dissuade you. It's just to say those are your obstacles. A little well lit, a little visible from all sides, but you kind of got, high apartments to your left. Got a lot of open space, and you have just enough regularity of people that you got a good shot at this. So how do you want to approach it? Do you want to all stalk them from a bush? Do you want to get one of your companions to kind of be like jogging and fall and twist their ankle in front of a bush?
How do you want this bush to be involved?
Yeah.
Set up your bush
First, I'm
scenario.
gonna just see if there are any teens making out in the park, because they're already going to have hidden themselves.
100%.
In a bush, perhaps.
One way or another, there's one thing I know, and a bush will feature. All right, use perception. There's not detect making out teens. A real failure. I pushed for that.
Yeah. What if that's your
Wherever you
hobby,
are.
though?
Rich. So either perception streetwise or perception alertness. Whichever you'll be
I'm gonna
using
go
here.
perception alertness because that's better.
I would imagine. Most Gangrel agree.
So that is a success.
Okay. We're going to call that a matter of time it takes. So you're checking all of these bushes. And like you even kind of do a full circuit of the park and you're just like, really? Are teenagers different? You know, like in the bayou, you could find any number of cypress making out behind it. Maybe these northern city folk are doing it differently. But after about an hour, and maybe it occurs to you a little afterwards that maybe you just misjudged that it was too early for teenage makeout times. Speak of which, while Anton is pushing and peeking around in bushes for teenagers to ransack, what are the rest of you doing? Like, are you guys helping in some way, or are you like just like sitting on a bench waiting? Like,
So that's the thing. If I'm gonna find making out teenagers, I'm gonna find more than one.
oh yeah,
That's
they
how
usually
making
come
out
in
teenagers work, yeah.
Yeah, they tend to travel at least in couples.
I guess I would probably help him since I'm still hungry.
I think, yeah, Naya would also be trying to help.
You guys are blanketing the park. It's my new favorite waste of vampire time. All right, so let's see. So all of y'all can roll perception streetwise and or perception alertness rolls. Now, Dagny, are you looking for your own making out teenagers, or are you looking for them for Anton?
I mean, he did hold down Hunter for me earlier, so...
Sure. And they do
Yes, I
come in pairs. Maybe you guys could share. There's something to be said for that.
I guess I would tell him if I found one also.
Okay.
I guess.
All right, so this is the frog gigging of making out teenagers. You hit them in the eyes with a flashlight, they freeze, then you feed on them.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, and what was the success again? It's
7 or above.
I have no successes.
I got 2.
Okay. You got 2?
Hold on, I gotta roll 2 more dice. I got 5 successes.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm really
Congratulations, you're
alert
a better
and
hunter than
perceptive.
the actual hunter.
Well, see, your problem was bushes. They're in the trees. So,
Gotta think vertical.
yeah, gotta think vertical.
Nobody ever looks up.
Yeah. Oh man. Again, an exceptional success on the looking for makeout teenagers. So what you, Zom? No, sorry, Soup, and by that I mean Dagny. Dagny. There is actually a small like men and women's room, kind of like stood off into the corner, where there is a fairly traditional, remember this was written in the 90s, which was coming out of the 80s. There's like a 4 or 5 man stand going on in the men's room. That is like, it's a buffet Like, I mean, all you got to do is walk in pretty confidently, start kissing someone, and they're probably just like, yeah, when did you get here? Bonus if you have a mustache, but, like, there's no penalty without. Like, so...
All right. So imagine that I was actually going in there to wash my hands.
Sure. You've been touching a lot of bushes and trees.
And then saw this, and then immediately try and look for Anton and the others.
Yeah, you can easily signal. Yeah, you got a party going on in this bathroom. And everyone's pretty distracted. Going back to the 90s, there's a lot of ecstasy. So there's a lot of just come and get it. I don't know what else to tell you.
Can I stand and block the door while they go in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, do you go in there and play along long enough to get in and get out? Do you make it a murder scene? Like, what do you like? How are we? What's Anton's approach? And again, there's enough here for everybody, kind of. So, Dagny, if you also want to get in on this, or even Naya and Dimitri, you guys can call it a night after this. If you want.
I would probably after you towards Anton.
Oh, this situation makes him real uncomfortable, though.
Yeah. This isn't Anton's bag, probably, or Anton's bag, probably. But it's free blood.
It's just like probably wait in like half in a stall until one of them is in arm's reach and distracted enough that I can just kind of pull him in.
Okay.
Close the door.
Okay.
The creepy bathroom guy.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term rough trade, but if not, Google it. In fact, Google search it with safe search off. But there's
We are not responsible for anything you may or may not find.
No, certainly not. No, neither is Onyx Path. But
Parents before going online, kids.
yeah, there's a certain like for the first. Well, it doesn't last that long. So for the entire time that he's being drugged into a bathroom stall, he's just kind of like, "Yeah, Daddy, like this is how it's going." Like, so that succeeds. How much do you intend to take?
Oh, that question.
That question.
I'm also going to intend to take 2.
Okay.
The most loaded question in Vampire.
Yeah. At 5 and below is when you ask, what do you intend to take? After that, you're pretty safely satiated. So, okay, roll self-control.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, that's plenty. That dude thinks he had the night of his life, and then kind of faded out for some of it, and he'll probably recover and get right back in. So he's fine. Everyone needs to know that Troy is fine.
Good on Troy.
All right, so there are 4 other gentlemen in some level of repose. 2 of you weren't what they were looking for, except for one guy. Vince swings. Vince isn't concerned. But you have to suss out the Vince. It's called Find the Vince.
That's hard.
It's a game played in bathrooms all across America.
Okay.
See, I was just gonna grab one as they ran out, but
there's no running out.
Yeah.
Again, one guy got pulled into a stall, seemed into it enough that the others were just kind of like, Troy's fine.
I mean, Naya's like motioning to you. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I'll walk in.
Okay.
Kind of surprised that worked with Troy. So now I'm like, well, what's my move now?
I assume there's at least one more stall.
There is at least one more stall, but listen, different levels of consent exist for everybody. What works for your Troy is not going to work for your Vince's. And Adrian's not into it. I'm telling you that right out.
I will kind of try and do my best smolder.
Mm-hmm.
And make eye contact with Adrian and kind of like, not roughly, but kind of like almost pull him aside and like kind of lean against the stall door with him and like kind of like lean in. Like, okay, but like waiting
smoldering like a young Steve Buscemi, by the way.
Look,
yep.
I'm doing my best with what I got.
You're working it. All right, so do you bring any supernatural powers to bear? You're just going to smolder and be like, you're going in and everyone's everybody, but you want to kind of go in there and be like, new player has entered the battle.
Yeah.
And you and me.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you leaning towards charisma or manipulation here?
More charisma. I kind of want him to say yes. Like,
okay. Yeah. Consent's important.
Just because, well, it is.
Everyone at home.
Also,
even for vampires.
Is it?
Usually not for vampires.
No.
They have powers like dominate.
Yeah,
but in this situation, I don't think I can. The way I'm trying to pull this off is I want a yes, pull him into the stall, wait 10 minutes, and then I walk out.
Man, there's 3 guys who were like, I thought the 5 of us agreed this was all in the sinks. But, yeah, what do you want here? Charisma, empathy I'm cool with, if you want to kind of appeal to Adrian's softer side. Trying to think of...
Charisma performance?
Yeah. You can absolutely min-max this.
What's my difficulty?
Listen, everyone's already going, so it's a 6.
Oh, 2.
2 successes?
Yep.
Yeah, listen, Adrian's here with Bill, but Adrian and Bill have been kind of having problems lately, and they've discussed, like, maybe, like, getting something else going, and they were like, listen, don't cheat on me, but if I know about it, like, I'm into it. So, like, long story short, it works. But Bill harbors like a small nugget of resentment that he said he wouldn't. He promised himself he wouldn't, but like he resents that Adrian went first. You know what I mean? You don't need to get that into it. How much blood do you intend? Actually, you're pretty well full up. How much blood do you take?
2.
Okay, you do it. And the other 3 are actually a little jealous because the dudes who go in the stalls are passed out from some kind of ecstasy, and they're just like, God damn. I really thought the 5-man band we were running on each other was like the height, but apparently one-on-one in these stalls is some shit.
Yeah. Walk out and say fellas, and then
Bad news for them is we left an odd number of them.
Yeah, they'll make it work. Yeah. Although Bill is giving you eyes.
I will wink. I will wink at Bill.
He's not happy. He's not happy.
I have a friend for you too if you want somebody.
Bill's thinking about it.
Yeah.
So Naya and or Dagny, do you guys want any part of this men's public restroom? Or...
Yep.
All right.
Guess we're playing Find the Vince.
Are there any stalls left in there?
No, both stalls have been taken now. It's not that large.
Okay.
It's a park bathroom, you know what I mean?
At this point, we outnumber them.
Yeah, that's true.
And we could...
I mean, I could go for more.
There are 3 left.
I will bar that door.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so Naya is gonna waltz in, and she's gonna saunter her way over until she's got these boys' attention, and then she's going to just look over at them and do the finger come here move. And I want to use presence.
Oh yeah. Yeah, presence is a shortcut for a lot of things.
It says that makes them want to be near me.
Yeah. All right. All is level one. Yeah, it's real good. Let's see how susceptible to what it makes them. Presence. Oh, you want to be close. Because it's general mind sway, but it's not like you have to do what they say, but they want to please you and they want to
right? Like they won't listen to like if it's dangerous. I can't like make them do something, but I can make them follow me outside.
Yeah. Charisma plus performance, difficulty 7.
Okay. So I need to roll 7 or higher, right? To get successes for that? That's what that means? Okay. So, and then 10s, roll again. So does that mean a 10 is a success and then I roll it again to see if I get another success?
Absolutely that.
Okay. So 3 successes.
Okay. You
Which means all 3 of them follow me?
Yeah, you can get all 3 of them. Now, you do get the impression that like you're not 2 of their type. Again, Vince is just kind of like, yeah, I know this isn't what you guys signed up for, but like, are you seeing this chick? But good news with the way you kind of glammed in here, the other 2 are still just kind of like, yes, queen. Like, where are you going? Where is the after party going? And they are 100% just like, yeah, okay. They will follow you out of this bathroom.
All right, and she'll kind of pull Vince towards her by his collar and sort of push the other 2 towards any of the other vampires, like whichever one wants.
Okay.
So then Dagny and Anton come up from behind.
Yeah, like they are.
And she's motioning to these dudes like, there's yours. This one's mine.
They're surprised they're into it, but they kind of want to see what you're going to do with Vince because you have them under awe. So their eyes are locked on you, which does make them easy pickings for Dagny and Anton. And you are all but full. So how much do you take?
Just 2.
2?
Because I used 1 to. That's all I'm missing.
Okay. Anton, how much do you take?
I was pretty hungry, so I'm going to take another 2.
Okay. Dagny, how much do you intend to take?
2.
Okay. Let's roll self-control.
Yup.
For all of us or just her?
Just her.
Oh.
That'll be a 7 and a 3.
Okay. Yeah, over 5, you have a lot more. The beast isn't rattling the cage to murder everything. But you were exactly at 5 before that, right? So,
yep.
Okay. Yeah, you can take 2. You've interrupted these 5 gentlemen's evening, planned or not, spontaneous, you don't know. However, they're all going to kind of remember having a great time. So...
This is a story. Vince, Troy.
Yeah.
Fred.
Bill.
Steve, and Bill.
Yeah. And then 2 of them got tossed in the stalls, and this hot African queen came in, and then I forget what happened next, but I'm pretty sure I liked it.
You gotta come to this park again.
Yeah. Absolutely. What was it? The Park of Hope or something? Garden of Hope. Yeah.
Garden of Hope.
Never more true to its name. You guys just put this place on the map. They are all telling their friends. All right. Well, you've all successfully hunted then. That's check, and check. What do you guys want to do next? I mean, you can still enjoy the nightlife, or you can return to Elysium. Mission accomplished.
I'm pretty much full, so
Yep.
we did what we were supposed to do. Let's go back to Elysium and show that Ventru prick that we're not pushovers.
Sooner we get back, sooner we can leave again.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you guys. How do you get back? Just for my own amusement.
Uber.
Same Uber. He wakes up, drives us.
Might be a different guy. You might get Hunter again.
How far away are we? Could we walk back?
It would be a bit of a haul. You've actually come... since you guys were kind of heading back to the Strip District, you are... you're probably not too far from a bus lane. Again, exact change.
Did any of our boys have keys to a car in their pocket?
Adrian sounds like the kind of guy who has a car.
Or we could steal their bus change.
We want to steal Adrian's car.
Yeah, sure.
That's probably some 2-seater sports car.
Actually, don't type.
Sorry.
It's a 4-door. It's a sedan. It's kind of nice. Also,
Sensible.
You can just chirp the alarm and find out which one it is, too.
Man.
Again, things that were missing from when I had to play Vampire.
So we're still in the 90s where there are raves all the time, but there are Ubers and key fobs.
Yes. So, yeah, you guys can drive. We'll say it's stick, just so Dagny can use her 2 points in drive.
Yes.
Because Adrian's also that kind of guy. He appreciates a manual. It's a lost art. It's a city full of hills, though. It's a real pain in the ass to get around. Especially when you're stopped at a light and you just kind of have to... This is bad on the transmission. Everybody knows it. All right, so... with minimal effort, you absolutely can return to Elysium in the basement of the Methodist Church Annex.
It's getting worse every time you say it.
And let's see, you go downstairs. And who do I want to deliver? I'm going to say the woman going full double Cardi in the gray dress, because not everyone's still there. There are still like some people. There's a lot of like more like corner murmuring and kind of like trying to establish some business. Mr. Whitecross isn't there. The black lady in the killer dress and the short hair. Her name's Randy Freeman, by the way. Kind of proud of that one. Jazz era legend. She's not there. Cockroach isn't there. Annie Aubrey's not there. So we're going to say it's Agatha because she's the seneschal. As you guys get there and are kind of like... those of your attendant sires that were there, Soraya and Eric are there.
Great.
But yeah, as you get there and are kind of like, hail the conquering heroes, am I right? We're back. We're back. Agatha will burst out from behind the curtain and say, the prince is missing. And we're going to end there.
Oh, fun.
How do you lose? You know what?
Did you check between the couch cushions? Are they hiding behind the curtains?
I mean, there are some really thick curtains, and she was a 14-year-old girl. She could probably get lost really easily. And you're supposed to stand still if you're lost in the mall.
Maybe under the
Where
bed.
is the last place you had her?
Yeah.
Retrace your steps.
And which person burst through the...
Agatha, the Tremere with the full double Cardi.
Okay.
And the gray dress.
And she was one of White Cross's cronies. Is that true?
Not necessarily. She didn't vote with him. She wasn't like, that's cool. But when Charlotte was just kind of like, you can't just object, she's like, he can actively.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. Okay.
But in Agatha's defense, she was just supporting decorum. That is
Sure.
allowed. Oh, and also, we'll throw in there that Afia is missing as well. So the prince is missing, and suspect number one, the foreigner. America's garbage,
I
everybody.
was going to say there were like 4 foreigners, weren't there?
There are a number of foreigners. How come no one suspects my favorite little Jewish woman,
The creepy lady in the back.
known as the Beast, to one of you? All right, well, good job, everybody. You guys successfully vampired.
Well, kind of.
Well, actually, it's almost great that went off. I wasn't intending you to frenzy, but that's also the risk you run when your sire's a lunatic who thought this would be a fun way to set up your first night. But thank you, everybody, for joining me in this fantastic vampire adventure. You guys did great. October or something, probably. And let's do outros. If I recall correctly, Zom, you're up.
Hi, I'm Zom. You can follow me everywhere online at Zombalog. I write lots of things. You can find examples on my website, zombarber.com. And I also have a book available on Amazon. It's Unlucky by Zom Barber. It's got crazy stuff in it. No vampires, but other crazy things.
Soup.
Hi, I'm Soup, aka Soupska, on Twitter and Instagram. I do artwork. I did the overlay for our channel and the logo and all that fun stuff. If you like what I do or want to see more, please go and check out my Twitter and Instagram.
Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay Rashu. You can follow me on Twitter for some reason at Jay Rashu. I've actually been retweeting a lot of art with Inktober going on, so.
He has. It's been really fun to look at everything.
Andrew.
I'm Andy. You can follow me on Twitter at Andy Hatton. Tomorrow I will be back here with Strike Team Beta. They have some dragon cultists in their basement, and people are not a problem you can ignore.
Isn't everyone?
They aren't?
No,
Aren't they?
Sure.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm Marty. I've been your storyteller. This is one of my just very, very favorite systems a while ago. Just about everything that what was one White Wolf and is now Onyx Path is absolutely worth your time. It's a fantastic group of very talented people who put out this product. Look it up at the source. All the 20th anniversary editions and everything are just about the peak of their form. I recommend any of it. Onyx Path, they're kickstarting something daily, it feels like. That's the only real plug I have, other than, man, it's fun to be a vampire.
Oh, when will part 2 be, Marty?
The 30th. We don't necessarily need one. We're going to talk about that in a minute after the stream.
Never mind. Sorry.
No.
I need to actually have a hand.
Yeah, you